Hatid yan dito sa Power and Play.
Power and Play na bago na, Pilipinas tayo na.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko, para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at magpapatalo, ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino.
Yan ang Pinoy.
Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, Chumbe, Sibay, Lakay, Amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play was brought to you by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Photon, empowering the Filipino business. Joyride, ang inyong bagong kasundo. And N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang larong gusto mo. Pag-usapan natin, ibida ang hilig ng bawat Pilipino na merong taglay na galing. Bangon na, Power and Play na, bangon na. Power and Play. Bangon na, Power and Play na, bangon na. Pilipinas tayo na, bangon na. Power and Play na, bangon na. Bangon na, Power and Play na, bangon na.
Carlos Yulo with 2 gold medals.
Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
Meron nung kasabihan sa wikang Ingles na good things happen to good people. Well, yan po ang ating magiging paksa. Dahil ang ating mga bisita, naku, the good people in basketball. Kaya bango na! Power and Play na! Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat, mga kapatid. Naku, umuulan at makulimlim. Medyo may konting bahid ng kalungkutan yung ating mga ulap dahil madilim nga ang ating kapaligiran. Pero sana po kayo nasa magbuting kalagayan ngayon pong araw ng Sabado, July 11. Aba, papasok mga kalahati na naman ng buwan ng July. Talagang napakabilis po ng panahon. At sa pinag-uusapan ng bilis ng panahon, sana ay mabilis din ang takbo ng bagyong ito para po ay talagang gumanda naman ang ating panahon ngayong weekend para sa inyong lahat mga kapatid at mga suki. Ingat-ingat lang po dun sa mga nagmamaneho sapagkat madulas ang ating mga kalsada at konting pasyensya ha. Dahil alam nyo pagkaganyang umuulan, alam naman natin kumikitid ang ating mga kalye kaya nagkakaroon po tayo ng traffic. Sabado pa man din, walang coding kaya ang daming sasakyan na lumalabas. Doon naman po sa mga ika nga ay namamasada o di kaya ay nakasakay sa pampasada at papunta sa kanilang mga tanggapan. Kamusta po kayong lahat at sana'y mahusay ang inyo pong weekend ngayong Sabado. Naku tayo mga ama ng tahanan, hindi tayo magkukulang ngayon at maglalaba dahil umuulan. Pero sana hoy kayong lahat ng mga chikiting ay mahusay and of course ang mga senior citizen ay patuloy po namin binabati. Siyempre, hindi po kumpleto ang ating huntahan kung hindi ko po kasama ngayong Sabado ng umaga ang ating partner at kaibigan, the man for all seasons, Gilas Season. Magandang umaga, partner.
Good morning, partner. Good morning po. It's a rainy season. Ayun. At kita nyo naman po talagang medyo nagpakita ng lakas ng ulan at hangin kahapon. Ang habagat dulot ng bagyong Inday.
Aba, oo.
Oo, kaya medyo alam mo, nandun ako, naipit po ako kahapon sa lakas ng ulan at nagkaroon ng mga konting flash floods.
Oo nga,
At
oo
nagbagsakan ng mga maliliit na puno naman pero nakaharang. Pero grabe. Pero after noon, biglang mabilis rin naman humupa.
Kaya naman kahapon din, parang matumal ang tao sa PBA opening. Nagsimula na naman ng Governor's Cup. At naman ay understandable. Sapagkat unang-una ginawa sa Antipolo. Alam naman natin, medyo may biyahe
Doon na
dyan.
ako galing. Ang lakas ng ulan doon. Ang lakas ng ulan.
And of course, bumabagyo. But tuloy po ang naging pagbubukas partner ng PBA kahapon. Kaya balik na naman ang basketball sa ating kapaligiran.
Oo nga, at maganda yung laban kahapon.
Maganda.
Nanalo ang Terra Firma laban sa Titan Ultra.
Oo.
Pero ang sabi na naman, uy, first win. Magtutuloy-tuloy na naman ba ito?
Parang gano'n no? Parang buena mano, pero hindi tumutuloy-tuloy. Pero alam mo, meron ding implications yan. Ang nababasa ko sa social media ang implication daw doon yung magiging bang drafting, yung first pick. Kasi parang syempre nagigirian ngayon ang Hinebra dahil mukhang baka sila maging first pick. O di kaya yung NLEX. Kaya, talking about NLEX, mga kapatid, nanalo din kahapon po ang NLEX. Tinambakan ang bisitang kuponan na Macau Giant Pandas na yata ang pangalan ngayon.
Giant Pandas. Akala ko nga yung yung laro kahapon ng NLEX laban sa Giant Pandas ay ginawa sa payatas.
Bakit?
Tinambakan.
Parang hindi nagmukhang giant pandas Nagmukhang small mouse. Alam niyo, tinambakan po kahapon ng NLEX Road Warriors sa likod ng kanilang bagong head coach na si Coach Jimmy Alapag.
Yes.
Ang Macau Giant Pandas. 39 ang lamang at immediately nakikita nga natin yung impluwensya. Maaring hindi pa talaga yung style ni Jimmy. 10 araw pa lang yan ng nahirang na head coach ng NLEX. Pero nakikita na natin yung inspirasyon na binibigay ni Jimmy sa kanya mga player. At talking about Jimmy Alapag, mga kapatid, atin pong makakasama at makakapanayam live dito po sa Power and Play ngayong Sabado ng umaga si The Mighty Mouse, Coach Jimmy Alapag. Mamaya po yan after the first half. Napakagandang development yan for NLEX. Dati kasi marami lagi nagsasabi, ang NLEX parang bang yung third team ng MVP group na pinapadaan lang ang mga player. Parang siya, yung distributor, di ba? Yung ganon. Sa mga kliyente.
Point guard.
Point guard. Ngayon, na pumasok si Jimmy, alam naman natin ang karakter ni Jimmy. Although, talagang masunurin yan sa company line. Pero alam din nating may integridad yan at may paninindigan. Kaya I'm sure gusto niyang manalo. Kaya hindi yan papayag ng gagamit-gamitin lamang ang kanyang koponan.
At saka magandang tanong natin mamaya dyan dahil siguro alam naman natin na mabigat yung susunod na mga draftees ng PBA. Mag-aagawan sila dyan.
Pero talking about that, partner, yung mga draftees na yan. Yan siguro ang ating pag-uusapan din dito sa first segment. Alam mo, isa doon na tinatayang magiging number 1 pick, si Mike Phillips.
Correct.
Tandaan mo, last week pinag-uusapan natin yan. Sabi natin, sana'y mukha namang mabait itong batang ito. At mukha namang tutupad sa kanyang pangasalita na siya ipapasok sa PBA draft. At hindi lamang ginagamit ang Gilas Pilipinas. Aba, wala pa atang 1 linggo, meron ng announcement na tila ito ay papunta na ng Japan.
Nga
Hindi po marang mag-shopping. At di kayo humigop na mainit na ramen. Pero para po maglaro sa B-League. At again, this is another example of a QMB na ganun din po. Pagkatapos makapaglaro ng isang window sa national team at naging eligible para mapili ng ibang mga koponan abroad, bigla pong nag-impake at napunta sa ibang liga. Siyempre, marami po sa atin umaasa na si Mike Phillips at siya po mismo nagbitaw niyan. I will enter the PBA draft in 2027.
However,
depende. Kaya atin po yan pag-uusapan at itatanong sa ating mga bisita ngayong araw na to. Dahil marami tayong magiging bisita po. Ang isa po dyan ay yung nakapanayam ko kagabi. O kahapon pala. Isa pong mabait na tao. Sabi ko nga, good things happen to good people. Alam naman natin si Jimmy Alapag, napakabait na tao niyan. And look at him now. Nasa PBA, balik siya sa PBA as head coach ng NLEX after a 3-year absence na nagpunta po siya sa NBA. And the other good guy na aking pinag-uusapan, yung pong superstar ng Gilas Pilipinas, si Dwight Ramos. Alam mo, partner, kaya ako sinasabing mabait na tao ito si Dwight. Enigma to para sa akin. Yung bang katakataka eh. Never siya naglaro dito sa Pilipinas in a league. Dapat yan naglalaro sa UAAP. Inabutan ng COVID. Umalis, di ba? At hindi na po nakapaglaro after na nadala niya ang Ateneo dun sa PCCL Championship. Isang lang yung beses. Umalis siya, naglaro sa Japan. At of course, hindi na po ulit bumalik. Hindi pa siya naglalaro sa PBA, hindi pa nagpapadraft. Pero siya po ay laging available pag tumatawag po ang Gilas Pilipinas. At kaya naman, kahit saan ka magpunta, ang tingin ng tao kay Dwight Ramos, napakahusay na tao. Sapagkat hindi siya umaatras sa kanyang responsibilidad.
Totoo yan eh. Superstar siya.
Yes.
Pero wala siyang superstar
Complex.
Oo.
Totoo yan. Kaya atin po siyang nakapanayam kahapon at ikinuwento niya ang kanyang karanasan and of course ang kanyang paglalakbay kasama ng Gilas Pilipinas. Sabi nga niya ito daw Gilas parang fraternity. Talagang it's a band of brothers. Dahil kukunti lang sila eh. And for him, he takes it as a privilege para maglaro sa national team. Kaya atin pong nakausap siya also tungkol kay Mike Phillips at kung anong impression niya kay Mike Phillips. Again, nakakapanghinayang yung Mike Phillips di ba? Napakahusay. Nakita naman natin ang kanyang naging performance sa Gilas. 12 rebounds nung larong yon. Kulang sa opensa pero yun ang kailangan natin yung hindi ba humihingi ng bola? Hindi diba? Kailangan ng bola. Kailangan lang nasa loob na laro.
Gusto nga raw kunin ng Australia eh.
Bakit?
Dahil yung laro niya para kangaroo eh. Talong lang talon eh. Diba?
Hindi papalitan na yung mga kangaroo nila. Pero magandang pangalan. Pero again, Motor Mike, yun lang naman ang report mga kapatid. Hindi naman hindi pa naman natin po kino-confirm yan na talagang siya ay lilisan ng Pilipinas patungo sa bansang Hapon. Kaya tingnan po natin na magiging development dyan sa storyang yan. By the way, talking about other developments in sports, partner, yung ating pong kababayan na si Alex Ayala ay nagtapos na ng kanyang kampanya sa Wimbledon. At minalas lamang laban kay Jasmine Paulini doon po sa 4th round. Sana ay nakatungtong sana sa quarterfinals, no? Pero minalas lang ng konti, may nung sa bandang dulo. And but again, congratulations to Alex again for bringing up the Philippine flag. Siya daw ay pauwi may report ng no. Well, tayo nag-reach out sa kanyang ama. Well, magkakaroon na lang daw ng announcement. Kaya tingnan natin.
Ibigay rin po natin kay Alex di ba? Talaga naka-schedule po lahat yan. Siyempre, yung status niya talaga maraming kausap yan. Not only sa pagte-tennis, no? Pati yung mga sumusuporta sa kanya.
Correct. Na napakahalaga. Kaya dahil meron din siyang konting break ngayon In fact, tinanong ko si Daddy Mike. Ang sabi ni Mike is pahinga muna. Sabi ko, anong sunod tournament? Pahinga muna. Obviously, talagang kailangan ng pahinga niya ni Alex.
Di ba? Nakita naman natin yung doon sa Wimbledon Dati nakabenda lang yung kanyang leg Yung isang hita
yung huling laro.
Pati na rin braso
Palapit na sa leg.
Palapit na dito.
Kaya magpapahinga po si Alex. Ang susunod po niyang laban ay sa Toronto. Sa Canada po, yung national bank yata. Pero it's gonna be in Toronto. August 2 po ang laban. WTA 1000.
Wow.
Ang kanyang
Saka meron din yata siyang laro dito sa Singapore If I'm not
After the US Open. After the US Open. Kaya I think pagkatapos yan, meron siyang lalaruin sa kasi hard court season na, partner. Kaya medyo iba na ang pagtitraining ng ating pinagmamalaking si Alex Ayala. Kaya abangan nyo po ang developments para kay Alex Ayala. But again, at this point mga kapatid, sabi nga natin, basketball never stops. At ito pong araw na ito, basketball, basketball at basketball pa rin ang pag-uusapan po natin. At uumpisahan po natin sa magandang usapan sa What's the Score? Winless ang Pilipinas sa 2027 FIBA World Cup Asian Qualifiers window na katatapos lamang kontra New Zealand at Australia. Pumalag sa double overtime ang Gilas kontra sa Tall Blacks pero 43-point beatdown ang nangyari laban sa Boomers. Malaking bagay ang pagkawala ni Justin Brownlee kontra Australia pero isa lamang ito sa mga issue at para po pag-usapan ang mahalagang bagay na to, kasama na ang iba pang balita sa samahang basketball ng Pilipinas na ang isa dyan, partner, ay yung pagtatanghal ng FIBA Asia Women's Cup dito sa Pilipinas next year.
Oo.
At gaganapin daw yata ito sa Cebu. Kaya pag tingnan natin kung anong mga bali-balita tungkol dito. Kasama po natin ngayon, walang iba kung hindi ang Executive Director ng SBP, si Attorney Erika D. Good morning, ED Erika.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Naku, sayang at hindi ka namin makita. Alam mo naman alam mo, may umuulan naman ED. Baka wala namang golf ngayon.
Wala.
Biro lang. At magandang umaga. Alam mo, let me begin with this. No? We were talking about the law ng window na to, ED. Anong reaction ng SBP tungkol sa mga laro na naganap recently in New Zealand and Australia?
Well, I think every window naman there's good and bad things, ano. Obviously, I think we start with the good, no. Nakita natin na ready na yung kumaga yung mga future players natin, no, yung mga bata. They really stepped up during that New Zealand game. You know, they hit big shots. They really carried the team on their back. So that's I think something, you know, we can continue to build on and look forward to. But on the other end, no, parang ang kinalulungkot namin is yung record natin na 0-2, which actually extended from the previous window pa na 0-4 na. So we dropped our last 4 games. And that has placed us at I think 5th or 6th in our group right now with 8 points. Okay? Ang kinagandahan yan is there's a whole second round coming up. And if you look at the points, no, Australia at 6-0 has 12. And Jordan and Iran beating each other in the previous window has 11 points each. And New Zealand has 10. Tapos tayo na sa 8. We get 2 points for every win and 1 point for every loss. So that actually means na kayang-kaya pa natin makapasok dun sa top 3 so long as we play well and win our games here in this next round of the qualifiers.
I want to get to that point kasi tinitingnan ko nga ngayon dito yung team standings na sinasabi mo, ED, no? Yung nasa Group E na tayo ngayon after the first round. So dito sa second round, kasama na natin ang Australia, Iran, Jordan, New Zealand at Syria, no? And sabi mo nga, we are in 5th place at the moment. And now, can you explain anong magiging format nito doon sa mga hindi pa masyadong nakakaalam? Because I understand there will still be 3 windows left, ED Erika?
That's correct, no? We have 4, 5, and 6 coming up. We are crossing over with the group that we have been combined with. So that means, no, tayo, yung Pilipinas, yung Australia at New Zealand, ang kakalabanin naman natin sa next 6 games natin would be playing Syria twice, Jordan twice, and Iran twice. So sila rin, si Jordan, Iran, and Syria, 2 beses nila kakalabanin yung group natin na Australia, New Zealand, at saka tayo.
Okay, very good. So at least pantay-pantay lang yung partner. Although tayo nasa pang-5 at the moment, siyempre, pag nakalaban ng Iran, Jordan at Syria, yung Australia at New Zealand at tayo, hindi sila nakakasigurado.
Hindi sila nakakasiguro against sa Australia, New Zealand. Yeah.
Well, we saw the game. Before I pass it on to partner Jera here, ED, nakita po natin yung laro in Australia and New Zealand. And obviously, one of the things that binabanggit ng ibang mga player is the physicality na pinapayagan ng FIBA rules. Alam naman natin na ibang-iba ang tawagan pagdating sa international game. Ngayon na nagkaroon ng pagbabago ang PBA, mukhang meron na silang gagawin dito sa Governor's Cup na hybrid rule changes. Ano po ang reaction ng SBP insofar as this relates to the preparation for the windows ng Gilas?
Yes. Siyempre masaya kami when the PBA came to us and asked for some FIBA referees to come over and hold the seminar for the referees. Actually, nagawa na natin yun before the window, pero may parating ulit. At saka hindi lang yung PBA pero pati yung UAP, nag-combine sila para sabay-sabay ititrain yung mga referees nila in hopes na ma-level up nga natin yung standard, especially when it comes to calling the foul. Yan talaga yung kaya hybrid kasi some rules will remain, like we will still have 12-minute quarters in the PBA, for example. So hindi magbabago yan, hindi magiging 10 minutes. Pero yung tawagan, dun tayo nakafocus sila Willie. Pati yung ball possession, pinalitan na rin nila, wala na tayong jump ball sa PBA, magiging possession arrow na rin. So I think malaking bagay to kasi at least kahit papano, konti na lang i-adjust ng players. Sanayan kasi yan di ba? Parang when you play, even if nakapag ilan windows ka na, lalaro ka ng 2-3 buwan sa PBA or wherever you are, tapos iba yung tawagan. Siyempre, nag-adjust ka na ulit doon, tapos mag-window ka na naman. So, hopefully makatulong ito.
Yeah, tama yun. I guess we observed that during the last games between Australia and New Zealand. Medyo hirap yung mga PBA.
Kasi hawakan ng hawakan
Sa hawakan ng hawakan Pero ED, I want to ask two things, na talaga I think umiikot-ikot na to sa utak ng mga fans, basketball fans natin. First, nakita talaga that we had this disadvantage with regards to height.
Size
And height. And everybody was asking, whatever happened to Kai Soto? And in fact, last week, Homer Sison told in this program that
he was here.
He was here.
In
Nandito lang.
Nasa Pilipinas.
Ano bang talagang storya behind the non-playing of Kai Soto in the last window?
Well, si Kai has his NBA pass, when we talked to him, unfortunately, yung Gilas wala pa dun sa pathway niya kasi pwedeng maapektuhan dun sa mga plano nila moving towards the NBA. So kami naman, we don't want to get in the way of that. Even if the national team is very important to SVP, it's also important to us that we see the first Filipino ever to be in the NBA, Parang kasama naman yan sa mga goals natin sa SBP na talagang magkaroon tayo ng born and raised Filipino in the NBA. So kami, support na lang namin yung mga decisions nila ng kampo nila towards that pathway.
Pero what are the chances for Kai playing in the next window?
Yan.
Dahil sabi nyo nga kanina, it's very crucial that we get at least 2 or 4 points. Di ba?
Well, it really depends on what they finally decide on with regards to that pathway, Because one of the pathways, I will just leave it to them, para sila na ang maggawa ng announcement. One of the pathways that they have explained to us will not allow him to play in that window. So, depende pa rin kung alin yung daan na pipiliin niya.
So, malabo pa pala. Wala pang linaw.
So, the ball is with Kai
Kai
talaga.
na naman.
Will I play or will I not? I play or will I not?
Another name, of course, na nagkulang sa atin is si Justin Brownlee because of an injury. Alam naman natin yun, ED, bakit hindi natin siya napalitan dun sa lineup at nagdagdag tayo ng isa pa, whether it's a naturalized or just a local? Ano ba ho ang hindi ba ho diba tayo nagsasabit na mas malaking mga pangalan para ho dyan sa ganyang mga windows?
Yes, we do. Pero pati yung pagbiyahe natin kasi wala na tayong nakasama na iba. And I think if you know Coach Tim well, no, parang hindi siya basta-basta nag-i-insert ng kapalit sa lineup. Gusto niya yung medyo matagal nang nagtitraining sa team. So I would like to think na si Coach Tim, when it was decided 2 nights before or the night before that we will just rest JB kasi medyo masakit na talaga yung kanyang hamstring, no? Parang it would have been useless to fly someone over to Perth, to Australia, and suddenly insert them in the lineup. Because talagang, una-una tight si Coach Tim mag-rotate ng tao. Diba? Usually 8 to 9 lang ang gagamitin yan. So, talagang yung next man up niya is already in the lineup. So, it would have been useless also to fly someone over.
But what is the latest kay Benny Boatwright? Tuloy na ba?
Okay.
Is he here? Is he going to play at all?
So, Benny is not here right now. But we are just waiting for his the bill we filed for his naturalization to become law. At this point, tapos na tayo sa Congress at sa Senate. Okay? So napasa na nila yung bill on third reading. And the next step naman, alam niyo naman yan, Nolly, is it will go up to Malacanang. That's where it is right now. So we're waiting for the president either to sign it or for it to lapse into law. Once that's done, the next step is to publish that signed law for 15 days in the official gazette or any publication na may general circulation. Correct. And then from there, we bring the document to the BI, the Bureau of Immigration, where they will get their naturalization certificate. And yan ang gagamitin natin para mag-apply ng passport.
But do you think this will, tanong lang, Edie, do you think this will happen? All of this will be done before the next window?
It's possible because the deadline to upload Benny's name and passport would be 14 days before the window. Yan ang deadline ng long list. So that's around August 14. And we have a whole month to go. So pwedeng mangyari yan. Baka buzzer beater lang. Wala lang talaga sa control natin yung kung kaano katagal siya sa Malacanang at this point. So doon natin kailangan mag-push talaga.
Although yung lokohan nga dyan, tumawag daw ng special session para
Exactly,
kay Benny Boatwright.
Diba?
Kaya siguro naman,
Si Presidente,
pipirmahan siguro ng Pangulo.
special session tayo para sa pag-naturalize na to. Tapos hindi ko pipirmahan.
But I guess ang ano dyan is siguro naman babalik na si Benny para din makapaglaro at least makapag-practice, makapaganda.
Yes,
Ang balita
Yes,
kasi namin
that's right.
from Tim is plano yata ninyong gamitin siya definitely for the Asian Games. Ganun ba yun?
Yes, we would like to use him talaga sa Asian Games. Kasi sa rules ng Asian Games, wala naman limit ang naturalized player.
Okay. Alright. At wala na sigurong hitch naman to sa FIBA, no? Edie?
Para maglaro sa Asian Games?
Hindi,
No.
para
Walang
maging
issue.
naturalized player, wala namang issues na, no? After we get his passport and everything.
Wala. Yes,
na. Okay. Alright. We know that the next window will be played here in Manila.
Yes.
Edie. At ang balita namin, hindi lamang yung ating mga laro, kung hindi may iba pang laro. Can you update us on this, Edie, Erika?
Yeah, that's correct. So for the second round so far, originally we were supposed to play a home and an away game. But because of the tensions in the Middle East, naghanap si FIBA for the entire Group E. So ang mangyayari is New Zealand, Australia, Syria, Jordan, and Iran are all coming over to play their games here as well.
Wow.
So sa August 28, that's a Friday,
Oo.
we will have Iran and New Zealand
Ganda.
play each other at 2 p.m. Syria and Australia 5 p.m. And then so that's one ticket. Tapos hiniwalay natin yung ticket ng Philippines, Jordan 8:30 p.m.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
But
Oo.
for August 30, a Sunday, it's going to be a triple header. One ticket lang, 3 games ang mapapanood ng ating mga
Ah,
fans.
ganda
no?
nun, ha?
Oh.
Yes. Oo, kasi parang naisip namin Sunday yan, so buong araw malamang yung iba gusto ng makanood ng high-level basketball also, no?
Oh.
So,
Instant
New
coffee.
Zealand and Australia, 2 p.m. Australia and Jordan, 5 p.m. And Philippines and Iran at 8 p.m.
Ganda.
At saka maganda
Ganda.
siguro, yung mga fans natin kung makapunta at mag-cheer para dun sa mga gusto natin manalo. No?
Tama, tama yun, tama. Dapat ichirichir ang Australia at ang New Zealand. At saka, syempre, kami ni Jera, hindi naman namin kailangan ng
ticket, Sunday.
kahit nadyan lang sa
Oo,
harapan,
hindi.
okay
Wala
lang.
yan. Parang kape lang naman yung ano lang naman yan, parang 3-in-1 coffee yung mangyayari dyan.
Oh, well, let's talk about another tournament that you are preparing for, which is even bigger. Ito pong FIBA Asia Women's Cup, no? Can you tell us kung ano ba ho to at saan gaganapin at kamusta po ang inyo namang paghahanda tungkol dito sa FIBA Asia Women's Cup?
Okay, so the FIBA Women's Asia Cup is a premier continental cup, no, of FIBA here in Asia. So like the Asia Cup na men's, ito yung equivalent niya. Ito yung kasama rin si Australia at saka si New Zealand, no, yung Oceania team. So 16 teams in total will be flying to Cebu. From July 10 to 18 ang tournament natin. We're holding it in the new seaside arena of SM Cebu.
Galing.
So, dyan gaganapin yan.
Wow.
Oo.
Wow.
Tapos, excited tayo dyan kasi medyo high level yung basketball na ito, no? Alam naman natin yung China, Japan, Australia, may mga WNBA players yan sa mga lineup nila. So, medyo mataas talaga, no, yung level of women's basketball na makikita natin, no. Maraming masu-surprise at how good basketball is in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part about this, no, why we chose to host it is because it's the gateway for the LA 2028 Olympics.
Ayun.
No?
Okay.
So long as we land in the top 4 spots, no, of this tournament, tayo ay magkakaroon ng opportunity to play in Feb 2028, Feb-March for the Olympic qualifiers.
Wow.
Now, alam ko pag sinabi natin minsan, papasok pa lang pala sa Olympic qualifiers, so mahirap na naman doon, no?
Oo.
Ang Olympic qualifiers po for the women, 16 teams lang nagka-qualify dyan maglaro. 12 po ang pumapasok sa Olympics.
Okay.
So, medyo mas hindi siya katulad nung sa men's na 24 teams ang naglalaro sa qualifiers, 4 lang ang pumapasok,
Ayun.
kaya mahirap.
Oo.
Yes, so ibang-iba dito, once you have your groups in the qualifiers, you win pretty much one game, you're into the Olympics already.
Aba.
So yan ang inaasahan natin dyan.
So meron ding pathway, mas maganda pa ang tsansa doon dahil marami ang pwedeng mag-qualify. In that regard, Edie, paano po natin pinapalakas ang ating team? We understand there is a new coach that has already been named para sa women's national team. And ano pa ho mga plano natin? Are we getting additional players? Yung pong ating pang mga stalwarts will be playing? Meron na ba hong commitment na ganyan?
Yes, no. So si Coach Burke Taves, no, ang kinuha natin, also known as BT. So he has been coaching in Japan for the past 30-35 years, although he's a Canadian citizen. And in the past 10 years, nag-focus na siya sa women's basketball where he has found success. Ano? So he first was coaching in the men's professional leagues in Japan, no? Second division, nag-champion sila, so napunta siya sa first division. Then later on, nagsubok siya ng women's and hindi niya na binitawan, no? Medyo natuwa siya working with the women. So, I think naka-3 or 2 siyang championship already with the W League sa Japan, no? And we were looking at Japan because Japan plays very high-level women's basketball specifically.
Good point.
We know their men's team is also up there already.
Yes.
Pero pagdating sa Asia kasi, pati ang Australia at saka New Zealand, lagi nila yan tinatalo. No? Nag-silver na ang Japan sa Olympics in Tokyo sa women's basketball. Kaya doon talaga kami nakatingin kasi more or less pareho yung ating frame, no? ka mga Hapon, hindi tayo kasi lalaki ng mga Caucasians, no? So we thought it was a good idea to really look for a coach who has found success with that kind of basketball, that type of basketball.
Galing.
And yes, nakausap niya na yung players through Zoom, no? Siyempre, marami din tayong players who are playing abroad. So collectively, he met with our mainstays. And mukha namang committed sila, no?
Yan.
Medyo nakakalungkot lang, nalaman namin last week si Naomi Panganiban, nagkaroon ng Achilles tear.
Wow.
So, in her school in San
Bakit?
Diego.
Oras
So
pa
that was
naman.
sort of letdown. Pero 1 year pa naman, no?
May
Yung
oras pa
malaking
naman.
Asia Cup na pinaghahandaan natin.
Oh, wow.
Okay, it seems that this is a very good news for Philippine basketball, no? Pero ED, pakiulit lang uli, no, para sa mga nanonood ng Power and Play with regards to this new development, yung 3-in-1. Kindly invite all the people. Para
Yan.
at least, syempre, kailangan,
Yeah.
we have to root for our team.
Oo.
Kayo na magsabi.
Kailangan natin itong window na to,
Kaya nga,
mga kapatid, ha?
Kayo na mag-anyaya sa mga nanonood ng programang to.
Thank you. Nilang yon. Pag maging successful tong window na ito, sigurado, yung mga susunod na window, baka dito rin laruin.
Ba-
Kaya hopefully talaga, no, mapuno natin ang mga arena. August 28, okay, double header, Iran versus New Zealand and Syria versus Australia. That's 2 and 5 p.m. And then 8:30 p.m., separate tickets tayo, Philippines versus Jordan. Okay, so that's going to be the main game. Then August 30, Sunday, family day, dali ng buong pamilya, triple header tayo, no? 3 games, 1 ticket only, New Zealand versus Syria, 2 p.m., Australia versus Jordan, 5 p.m., and of course, Philippines versus Iran at 8 p.m. Must-win games for us, so hopefully we can have the full support of our fans at home.
Again, mga kapatid, tayo po ay nasa Group E, and we have to be in the top 4, ED, to make it to the World Cup.
Top 3 para mas sigurado.
Top
yan.
3
Top 3
to be sure. Oo.
to be sure in our group. Kasi yung fourth best between the two groups naman ang titignan. So,
Yun.
titignan niyo yung fourth best sa kabila and fourth best natin. Kung sino mas mataas na record, yun ang papasok.
Sa madalit salita, Edi, kung manalo tayo sa Iran at sa Jordan,
Oo.
at matalo yung dalawa,
Oo, ulit.
sa New Zealand
At sa Australia.
pareho.
Medyo
tayo
gumaganda na.
papasok.
Hindi pa naman. Kasi may
Yes.
dalawa pang window eh.
Oh.
Yung
Yes, oo.
November at tapos may February pa uli, no, Edie?
That's right, oo.
So, talagang kumbaga kasi double round robin
double round nga pala.
Double two games you
two
play home and
games,
away eh.
ah.
Kaya again, napakahalaga po nitong larong ito. Suportahan po natin ang Gilas kung sino man ang lalaro diyan, ha. Wag na natin hanap-hanapin yung mga hindi pwede. Wag na natin pumpulaan ang ating programa because nakikita naman natin todo ang pagbibigay. Hindi lamang ng mga players kundi ng SBP. Erika, marami po salamat sa inyong panahon. Good luck sa inyong pag-host ng napakaraming torneo ngayong taon na to at sa ating kupunan. Marami po salamat.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mga kaibigan ng Executive Director ng Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas, si Attorney Erika D. Alam mo, nakikita mo eh. At saka napakahalaga. Although, ito partner, ang Iran, Jordan, isa pa lang ang talo sa kanilang, yung galing sa grupo nila. Kasi nga, nag-combine yung dalawang group eh. So, isa pa lang ang talo niyan. At alam natin na ang Jordan dati diyan naglalaro si RHJ, naturalized player yan eh. So alam ko natin hindi siya ewan ko kung lalaro yan dito sa window ito. Pwede naman siguro kausapin ni Coach Chot, wag ka na maglaro diyan.
Parang hindi pa masyado magaling yung
Hindi
injury.
pa magaling. Kung gusto mabalian kita ulit. Pero again, suportahan po natin ang ating national team at ang ating programa sa basketball. Siyempre, lahat po ng ating mga atleta. Alright, bago po tayo mag-break, isa muna pong paalala mula sa ating mga kaibigan sa Smart. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by Smart. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Giga Life app is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Giga Life app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to smart network, one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Live more today! Sa amin pong pagbabalik, The Mighty Mouse, ang ating pong mga kasama, Coach Jimmy Alapag ng NLEX Road Warriors. Dito po sa Power and Play, hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Photon, N Plus Gold, at ng Joyride. Ang oras po natin, 8:40 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima and by M2 Veggie Drink. Drink your gulay.
Dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Sa totoo, True FM sa 105.9. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid.
Bigla ang gastos?
Bagong plano? Travel!
O kaya bagong negosyo?
Buti na lang, may Cebuana na Luwilier!
Sangla?
Personal loan. Jewelry. Negosyo loan.
OFW. At motor loan. Basta loan?
Sa Cebuana, goods ka!
Supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
With Technogas Technique, cooking isn't just about making meals. It's about creating moments. Discover safe, durable, and high-performing kitchen appliances built to last with Technogas Technique. From cooking ranges and range hoods to built-in hobs, ovens, and other kitchen appliances, Technogas Technique is designed to bring elegance and efficiency to your kitchen. Experience Italian kitchen excellence with Technogas Technique, your cooking partner. That's the Technogas Technique.
Ang oras, 8:42.
Ang oras sa True FM ay hatid sa inyo ng
Bet88. Sign up and play now at bet88.ph and get up to 10,000 peso deposit reward every Friday and payday. Bet88, your ultimate playground.
May issue ka ba sa batas? Tutok na sa Basta Batas! Kasama sina Jen Galvez, Rico John Ferrer at attorney ng bayan, attorney Edward Chico. Samahan ang Basta Batas sa bago nitong time slot tuwing Sabado, alas 2 ng hapon sa mga piling himpilan ng Vanguard Radio Network. Kasama ang Big Sound FM at Big Radio, 1188 DZXO AM at 3095 DWMG AM. Mapapanood at mapapakinggan na rin tuwing Sabado sa 1PH, True TV at True FM simula alas 2 ng hapon. Sundan kami sa Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, and X. Hindi mo alam? Ibasta batas mo!
Everyday may chance manalo ka sa Cebuana. Mag-transact lang sa Cebuana Luwilier at baka isa ka sa 240 daily winners ng grocery, gas o pambayad ng bills. See posters for details. Promo runs from May 18 to August 17, 2026. Per DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB 256600 Series of 2026. Supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
Panahon na ng pagiging true. Broadcasting on 105.9 Mega Manila, 106.7 Davao, 101.9 Cebu, and 101.5 Cagayan de Oro. True news, information, public service, entertainment, and inspiration. Kami ang True FM. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid. Simulcast on True TV, on Signal Channel 19, and on TrueNetwork.ph.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Power and Play with Noli Iyala. At nagbabalik po ang Power Play ngayong Sabado ng umaga. Again, binabati po natin lahat ng ating mga kaibigan, mga suki na nanonood po sa Power and Play, lalong-lalo ng ating mga kababayan dyan po sa San Esteban, Ilocos Sur, na imbang bigat kada kayo amin. Kay Mayor Eladio, ang ating po mga kaibigan dyan. Kamusta po kayong lahat? And of course, ang mga nakikinig sa atin sa Kabisayaan, lalong-lalo na po sa Cebu City. Mayong buntag, kaninyo tanan ha? Dito po sa Power and Play. Thank you for joining us today. Partner?
Maabig yakabusalit si kayo namin. Dito na Lingayen, Pangasinan. Tandang Interon, Pangasinan. And also, I would like to greet a belated happy wedding, 42nd happy wedding anniversary sa aking kapatid at saka sa kanyang wife, si Dr. Gigi and Dr. Susan Season. Happy wedding anniversary, the perfect couple. And also, birthday ngayon. Happy birthday to the former AFP Chief of Staff, si General Greg Katapang. He's a schoolmate of mine in Claret.
Happy birthday po, General.
Happy birthday, Kwan. And also to Charles Owen, yung dating taga San Miguel.
Yes.
Happy birthday sa
Happy
inyo.
birthday. Dami nagbe-birthday.
At syempre, yung palagi nanonood pala sa atin. Alam mo na yan kung sino yan.
Sino ba?
Si Manong Al Mendoza.
Manong Al Mendoza. Ang ating pong kaibigan. Revered columnist, sports columnist. I'd also like to greet my son na magbe-birthday sa Lunes. Happy birthday, Fabio.
Happy birthday, advance, Fabio.
See you later. We will not play pickleball. By the way,
saan tayo kakain mamaya? Kasama ba?
Bukas! Oy, siyempre, tayo po patuloy na namimigay ng premyo po dito sa Power and Play sa pamamagitan ng Joyride Super App. Again, napakadali po para manalo ng 1,000 pesos JR Pay wallet credits. I-download lamang ang latest version ng Joyride Super App. Ipadala po ang screenshot o kuhanan na screenshot ang app at ipadala sa aming pong FB page via private message kasama ng inyong buong pangalan at registered mobile number. At kayo po ay may tsansa ng manalo ng 1,000 pesos JR Pay wallet credits na pwede niyo pong gamitin sa Joyride Delivery, Joyride Motorcycle Taxi, Joyride Taxi Cab, Joyride Car, at ang Joyride Super Taxi Airport Edition. Lahat po yan hatid sa inyo ng Joyride Super App. Alright, well, at this point, alam mo, kanina pinag-uusapan natin, partner, yung the good guys. Diba? At nakita natin yung mga binati natin, lahat yan, good guys yan. Siyempre, di ba? At lahat ng mga nanonood dito. But alam nyo, sa sports, bihira po yung talagang napakahusay na tao. Hindi lang po magaling na player, kung hindi dissenting tao at napakatalino. No? And swerte po na tayo nagkaroon ng ganyang klaseng player na naglaro sa PBA. Pero ngayon, na siya ay nagretiro na, bumalik po siya bilang head coach ng isang koponan sa PBA. And we're truly happy to have with us a 6-time PBA champion, a former PBA MVP, and one of the PBA's 50 greatest players. Walang iba kundi ang ating pong bagong coach ng NLEX Road Warriors, Coach Jimmy Alapag. Good morning, Jimmy. Thanks for joining us. There you go.
Good morning, Coach.
I think you're still on mute, Coach.
No, I'm not on mute.
There you go. We got you now. Thanks for joining us. I know you have a lot of things to do this morning. I was talking to team manager Virgil Villavicencio. Please say hi to him. Yeah, I know he's a great guy, and I said, please, I need Jimmy on the show, and he made this all happen. Thanks so much. Para nawawala yung audio ni Coach Jimmy. Your audio sometimes gets out. It must be something about the connection on your headset. Can we try it again? Babalikan po natin si Coach Jimmy. Medyo siguro baka yung headset no? Kasi minsan yung headset nakakano. But again, ang ganda ng debut.
Definitely, maganda ang gising niya kanina.
Talagang alam mo yun ang ideal no? Yung sobrang hype. And then right away sa una mong game, you deliver. Bihira yun. Bihira yun. Minsan yung hype kasi nakaka-pressure. Nakaka-pressure. Let's try it again, ha? Coach Jimmy? It's still we can't hear you. There seems to be an
Just one
audio
more.
part. Let's see. We'll ask our technical to get Coach Jimmy on the line. Well, again, it was alam mo, never surprising that Jimmy would coach here, partner.
Pinag-uusapan nga natin
Even for Gilas, di ba?
even for
Pinag-uusapan
Gilas.
natin yun. Nasa COB natin yan.
Yeah.
Pero yung dumating siya ngayon for NLEX, alam natin nasa MVP group ang NLEX, and Jimmy had coached not only sa TNT, Meralco, nag-coach din niya sa San Miguel, nag-coach yan sa Alapag Pilipinas, di ba? But getting a team na alam mong medyo project, hindi yan yung hinog na hinog eh. Medyo, sa akin medyo risky. At the same time, it's an opportunity. So, this is something
Kaya nga, these are the things we want to ask him later.
Oo.
Paano ba nangyari lahat yan?
Diba? Ganun yun eh.
Sino bang nagsimula lahat yan?
Sino
Who triggered? Diba? Yan ang maganda.
Alam mo, ito, hindi ko po kikwento kung sino to. But meron akong kilalang coach na dinala po, umuwi dito after a good career here. Nagpunta ng Amerika, nagtrabaho sa Amerika, ina-uproot ng pamilya. Pero nang natawagan, bumalik sa Pilipinas. At medyo hindi naging maganda yung kanyang takbo as a coach, no? And, well, sayang. Ito, kasama na natin ulit si Coach Jimmy. Coach? Still hanging?
Hello.
There. That's it.
There we go.
There you go. Oh, now I can hear you. That wonderful sound.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's all right. Well,
difficulty.
Congratulations on a victory, Jimmy, last night. You know, I was
Thank you,
talking to partner Jera here. You know that, that's the ideal kind of win. You get all that hype coming back from the US to coach in your first head coaching job in the PBA, and you blow out the team by 39. I mean, how does that feel, Coach Jimmy?
Well, simply calm. I'm proud of the guys. Especially for the first game. You always want to get off to a strong start, and again, calm. I'm really excited about this group. From day one, yung sipag nila was evident right away. And just yung competitive spirit nila, just watching, at practice and even yung tune-up games, just really, really encouraging, from an early standpoint. And so, I was really happy for them to come out. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, but I felt like as the game wore on, our speed and our depth made a big difference.
I'm just curious. Jera and I are curious here to Coach Jimmy. 10 days ago, of course, it was announced that you were going to coach again in the PBA as head coach of NLEX. How did you come up with this decision? When did you make this decision? Was this decision already on your table before your Sacramento deal had ended, or was this only after your deal had ended in April?
And who called?
And who who made this happen?
Well, I'll give you guys a little background, but things happened pretty quick.
Yeah.
So when I knew I wasn't returning to Sacramento, I actually had a conversation. Nag-usap kami ni Miss Erika D. And she was actually just kind of inquiring about, my availability to possibly help sa second window, diba, in August. And that I would never have time because after the NBA season, you go right to pre-draft. After pre-draft, diretso na sa Summer League. And so after Summer League, there's no window for me to come home and try to help. But obviously, when I knew I wasn't going back to Sacramento, I said, well, there may be an opportunity. And of course, I said I would love to help. And so that conversation, moved pretty quick to, well, if there was an opportunity to come home and be a head coach, was it something, that I would think about? And of course, come. I'm almost 50. I'll be 50. I'll be 49.
Really?
I'll be 50 next
Come
year.
on, stop it.
And I just told them whatever decision I make was going to be a family decision because LJ and I, we have 4 kids now, and yeah, I mean after I found out that there was a possible opportunity with NLEX, obviously spoke to Boss Ronald and management. And when I finally sat down with, my family, my parents, my siblings, it made sense to come home. And and not just from the standpoint of family. Again, yung last 6 years, I've learned so much, and to think about the opportunity to be able to pour that back into Philippine basketball, parang it was an easy decision.
Yeah, but we were actually no. I was surprised, but I mean it really follows because the contract of Coach Jong expired, and then next, so it was open.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it was a pleasant surprise for me. Hindi pala natanggal si Coach Jong. Magkasama pa rin sila.
Yeah,
so it's good news as well. But going back to your team, it's very obvious that one of your focus here is rebuilding the team.
Right.
And you've been doing some trades left and right. So what do you see with your team moving forward? What are the things that you need to add, or tell us about it, Coach?
I think for us, because I've only I've been here I think mga 10 days, and so I think from a lineup standpoint, I wanted to just build on yung success nila from last conference. So they finished first in the eliminations, and it was just unfortunate because they played Bowl in the quarterfinals, and he's an unbelievable import. Dominant experience in NBA. So my message to the team was I want to try to build on yung success nila from the eliminations and try to carry that over this conference. And I think I've been able to observe the players, and again, everyone's coming in here early. Everyone's working hard, and so we picked up Evan Nele, even though he's on injured reserve, to say he has a calf injury he's dealing with. But we didn't lose anyone. Even with Sydney, he wasn't. When I came in, he wasn't training with the team anymore, and so I really wanted to give this group an opportunity to run it back, so to speak, and see what we can do. And I thought last night was, parang first step, but I thought a first step in the right direction. So.
Jimmy, you're joining a team that is still seeking its first title. It has never made the finals. It has made the semifinals only twice in the last 12 years. And it has blown twice to beat advantages in the quarterfinals. Now, was that considered by you in your decision? And where did you put that? In the plus or minus side of the equation? And don't you think this is a risk that you're taking, or is this more an opportunity? What do you think?
Well, Com, you and I go way back.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a challenge, but something that I embrace. And again, I look at my experience these past 6 years, and to be able to share that with this group of players, I'm excited for them. I'm excited for our staff, and I'm just excited for us as a team and a family. And we'll see. We'll see. We'll see where we can go with this. But I didn't look at it as something that I would run away from.
Right.
My competitive fire.
Oh my God.
Whether it was a player or Nayun as a coach. Yeah. I'm embracing it, and looking forward to it.
Alam mo, partner, si Jimmy was my first draft as a commissioner. And I remember the first rookie camp that was ever put up by the PBA was during that time. It was in the parking lot of SM Mega Mall.
Mega Mall, yes, Carl.
And Jimmy put on a show. He put on a show on that in that camp. And, from an unknown, he was picked 10th by TNT, and the rest is history, as they say. And I just want to ask, this is just a curious thing about your family, Jimmy. I know that you've got 4 kids. LJ is there. You're very settled. We had an interview with you. Kids are running around. You bring them to school.
Inside the van.
And then LJ would bring them to school. You had, you had sports activities. What did the family think about this move, Jimmy? Particularly maybe the kids, because I know that you're very close to your children, and the first people that you'll be asking for, you'll be consulting is LJ and the children.
Well, when it came to the kids, I think the travel in the NBA, siempre, I'm incredibly grateful for my experience getting to the NBA. It was a dream come true, really. Pero this past season was parang the first time that I felt and I saw that me being away from home had a negative effect on the kids. This past season we had, I think, tatlong road trips that were 12 days or longer.
Wow.
And I think if our kids were older, maybe it would have been different.
Yeah.
But with having my son who's 13, my daughter 11, my other two younger sons 8 and 3, it would just tear at my heart because when pag-usap kami, I said, hey, Dad has to leave. Well, Dad, how long are you leaving for? Oh, 14 days.
Yeah.
Nag-iyak sila. And it becomes something that I think, for me as I get older and then I get closer to 50, you start to think, ng isip mo na I'm doing what I love, but how long am I willing to do it at the expense of my family, right? And my kids.
Right.
And so they were excited. When I told them, hey, we might be going to the Philippines, of course they were like, that's so far away. But when I told them, hey, wherever I go, you guys will be with me.
Yeah.
And so that was easy for them. And then siempre, you see LJ, she's bared the brunt of me being away.
Yeah.
Because when I'm gone, she's doing everything. Taking the kids to school, yung practice nila, yung dance, yung cheerleading, yung basketball. And so of course, when I told her the news, she was extremely happy.
So happy.
And so again, it made sense. It made sense.
Yeah, Coach, I've been observing you when you were really actively playing in the PBA. The way you play, it's really 100% focused. When you dribble the ball, going to the offensive court, you were really laser focused. And even when guarding your opponent, going back for defense, your eyes was really focused on your opponent. Now, having said that, your experience with the Sacramento Kings and what you said about getting an import such as Bol with TNT, do you think you have an advantage in getting a very good import in the PBA, having some connections in the NBA?
I think in the future, it might help. Pero pag darating ako dito, Daquan Jones was here. He has experience with the team because I think he played with the team a little over a year ago, yung last Governor's Cup, and so he's been great. I think for yung import conferences, when you have an import na, kilala siya sa locals, the respect is there, and parang they show that they want to be here. I think that's a big component to having success. And so, quick story. On my way to meeting the team, yung first day, I arrived on Sunday, and then I was driving to practice on Monday. And yung kaibigan ko sa staff on the Sacramento Kings, si Garius Adams, nag-text siya sa akin, and he says, "Hey Jimmy, are you in the Philippines already?" And I said, "Yeah, GA, I'm on the way to practice." And he said, Your import for the NLEX team is my best friend, si Daquan Jones.
Wow.
And last year there were only dalawa kami sa player development role.
Right.
Sa Sacramento Kings, ako and then Garius Adams. And so to come here and yung first day magpasok sa gym, and then and I met Daquan. He said, "Hey, GA, he messaged me and told me, you're going to be our coach, and so it showed me, the basketball world can be a very small place, I think that only helped, not just with the locals, but obviously with our import that we already had a connection.
I know Dequan played one game in his in his early years in the NBA in summer league for Sacramento.
Yes.
So there was indeed a connection. Jimmy, let me just follow up on what Jera said. 13-year PBA career, and you obviously put a lot of demand on yourself on what you can do on court. Also because of all the handicap that you had during that time, and you had to really put a lot of expectations on yourself. Now that you're head coach, what part of your game, which you expected from yourself, will you now also expect from your boys?
Come, I think with this team, and now being in a coaching role, just trying to do my best to uplift and encourage them. I think they all have their own unique talent, whether it's playmaking or scoring or defending. And I think, my job or our job as a staff is to encourage our guys so that when they step on the court, they're confident and they can go out there and play their best. And again, from day one, grabe yung sipag nila. I mean, they're all here early. And me, Kam, I'm always here early. And as I'm here in the gym, and I watch around the gym, like lahat sila, they're all here early. They're all here working. And so, again, whatever unique talent they have, it's just trying to, again, encourage, uplift them, and help them understand the amount of effort that it's going to take. But if we can sustain a high level of our competitive spirit and at the same time be selfless in how we play, I think we give ourselves a chance, and that's all you want.
Okay, Coach, you said it was a quick decision. Now, let's talk about your coaching staff. Obviously, Coach Jong is there as your senior assistant coach. How did Jamaica come into play and be part of your team, of your coaching staff?
Well, with Coach Jamaica, we obviously go way back from our time in Talk and Text. He played an important role in my success. Because every day during our time together, I was always in the gym early, and we would work out together. Unfortunately, there may be a chance that he might not be able to join us only because of his responsibilities with Lyceum. So we're still trying to work it out. I mean, again, he has my utmost respect. I think he's an incredible coach. But I understand that he also had a prior responsibility with the college team. So I'm still kind of working through that. I'm not sure if he'll be able to join us this conference. We'll see going forward. But again, he's a coach who I have so much love and respect for.
You had a really good balanced scoring yesterday, but I just want to ask. And you've talked about your players and how hard they're working and how inspired they are. I want to ask you about your star player, Robert Bollick. He's an all-star player. He's obviously one of the best players in the PBA today. What's next? What's the next step for him in your eyes, Coach Jimmy?
Well, I think for Bert, though, I think I told him this. My challenge to him is, how can the staff and I help him be even better? Because obviously, he's been an elite point guard in the PBA for quite some time, and so now, what can we do to help him, make deeper runs in the playoffs, and just challenging him to be better offensively, to be better defensively, to be the best leader he can be for this team, and I told him, nag-usap kami, I said, I'm only challenging you because I know you're built for it, and I know kaya yan, and hopefully from my experience, I can help guide him and just further elevate, his career and help elevate the team.
All right. Well, Coach, I know that management personally picked you. I know Boss MVP has always been on your side, and obviously he's had a really big hand in this. But have you talked about expectations of management on your first conference with NLEX?
Expectations, not so much, I guess. But again, I was a part of the PBA for a long time, and I think just my personal expectations. I want to give us the best chance to win and have success. I don't know, what that means for this conference, but I know what I see every day, and I think if we continue to keep building and keep growing, I think we can give ourselves a chance to be there in November and December. Pero we'll see. Tingnan natin.
Well, it's always been your heart, Coach Jimmy. NLEX has been there. I mean, they topped the eliminations last conference. There was another season where they also did that. They've always been pushing themselves. It's just really getting over the hump, and sometimes it's just the spirit. It's really just somebody like you who can guide them. So let me ask you this, Coach, before I let you go. What would define a successful conference for you on your debut head coaching job? Is it a semis?
That's a great question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's a great question. I think again, just making a deeper run in the playoffs. I don't know, but I don't know where that run ends. Does that run end in the semis? Does that run end in the finals? Does it end in a championship?
Wow.
And I don't want our guys thinking too far ahead. Kasi malayo pa. Pero again, I've been really happy with what I've seen, even if it's only been 10 days. But again, I think kung, if we can sustain our competitive spirit and come in every day ready to work, again, tingnan natin. I think I really, really enjoy working with this group, and I know the staff and I want to do our best to help them have success. So we'll see.
We are looking forward to it.
We're looking forward, and hopefully you will be the key to the problem of NLEX banderang kapos.
Yung dulo eh. Maybe you will be the key to unlock that last it's like a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, Jimmy. Sometimes you run out of battery in the end, but we look forward to you being there, and I know it's still early, but we'll get back, we'll check on you again. But again, congratulations on this wonderful opportunity for you and your family, and good luck to the NLEX Road Warriors.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Coach Jimmy Alapag, mga kaibigan, head coach ng NLEX Road Warriors.
Yeah.
Yun nga sinasabi natin, baka siya na yung susi eh. Kasi hindi naman sila masamang team eh. Coach Jong proved it. Pero sa dulo, parang, ewan ko kung kabado, kulang sa spirit. Ano ba yun?
Sa totoo lang, I mean, Coach Jong was doing a very good job. Walang question dyan. At totoo rin na sinabi niya before, minalas nakalaban namin.
Nakatapat yung mga kontrapelo.
Kontrapelo si Bolbol diba? But I guess, kumbaga, and he's still a senior assistant coach to the current coach, kay Coach Jimmy. I think it's a good, kumbaga, nadagdagan lang ng Ricardo in order to, para mas masarap yung lasa ng NLEX.
Well, we will see, and ating po tututukan ang magiging career ni Coach Jimmy dyan sa NLEX Road Warriors. Alright, bago po tayo mag-break, sumilip muna tayo sa mga viral videos at pop culture sa mundo ng palakasan sa Stop and Pop. Ang title po ng video natin ngayon ay Patintero sa Aso? Ano to? Roll the video. Nangyari na rin ba sa inyo to, mga kapatid, ha? Yung napunt yung bola niyo sa kabilang bakod. Tapos, napunta sa kabilang bakod. Tapos, buhay para mabawi yung bola. Ayan, no? Literal na patintero sa aso. Hinahabol siya. Ito, tignan nyo. Mapupunta yung bola doon sa kabila. Yun. Hala! Hala ka! Ayan na yung aso. Ayun, oh. Kaya, ang matalo, kagat ang ending. Diyan din po.
Nakatakot naman yan.
Bola lang yan, oy. Pero ganyan ang mga mahihilig sa laro. Alright, when we come back mga kaibigan, ang ating po mga kasama, ang superstar ng Gilas Pilipinas, si Dwight Ramos sa Power and Play. Hatid po sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Photon, N Plus Gold at ng Joyride. Ang oras po natin, 9:15 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima and by M2 Veggie Drink. Drink your gulay.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai Stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple. Smart ako.
Dito na kami! Sa True FM!
Sa 105.9. Ang oras, 9:16.
Ang oras sa True FM ay hatid sa inyo ng
Fujidenzo Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fujidenzo. Quality above all.
Celebrate the lives of your fallen family heroes at Tahanan ng Alaala in Himlayang, Pilipino. We offer premium memorial service by providing 24 hours personalized customer care with flexible funeral and chapel accommodation packages. At Himlayang, Pilipino, we give honor to the heroes of your lives. For inquiries, you may contact us at 0968-896-4850 or 0917-713-5034 or visit us at www.himlayangpilipino.org.
Himlayang Pilipino.
Kapag lumindol, manatiling kalmado at kumilos ng tama. Kung nasa loob ng bahay o gusali, manatili sa loob. Duck, cover, and hold. Yumuko, sumilong sa ilalim ng matibay na mesa o kasangkapan at kumapit hanggang tumigil ang pagyanig. Lumayo sa mga bintana, pinto at bagay na maaaring bumagsak. Kung nasa labas, pumunta sa ligtas at bukas na lugar. Lumayo sa mga gusali, poste at kable ng kuryente. Kung nasa sasakyan, ihinto ito sa ligtas na lugar at manatili sa loob hanggang matapos ang pagyanig. Kung ikaw ay nakatira malapit sa dagat at malakas o matagal ang lindol, agad lumikas papunta sa mga mataas na lugar. Huwag nang hintayin ang opisyal na babala dahil maaaring may kasunod na tsunami. Tandaan, duck, cover, and hold. Ang tamang kaalaman na kapagliligtas ng buhay. Hatid sa inyo ng 105.9 True FM. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid.
Get ready for a Wild West adventure. Play Wild Bounty Showdown at Bet88. Choose your luck from over 2,500 games so you have more chances for big wins.
It's a non-stop gaming adventure with Bet88.
Bet88, your ultimate playground. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Gambling can be addictive. Know when to stop. Responsible gaming at pagcor.ph.
One force, on air and online. One commitment. The Filipinos here and wherever in the world. One voice, adhering to the truth. Sama-samang nagpapakatotoo sa balita, sa kwento, sa serbisyo. Ito ang 105.9 True FM. Simulcast on True TV sa Signal Channel 19 and on TrueNetwork.ph. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Power and Play with Com Noli Iyala. Ibabalik po na sa second hour ang Power and Play ngayong Sabado ng umaga. And of course, hindi po natin pwedeng makalimutan lahat po ng mga sumusuporta sa inyong paboritong kasalo tuwing Sabado ang Power and Play at ang ating mga sponsors na patuloy pong sumusuporta sa atin. Unahin ko na po of course ang Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Sa ganitong pabago-bagong panahon mga kapatid, minsan mainit na ngayon umuulan, kailangan natin ng matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum. Kapag may aluminum chuck na pang matagalan at isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pang matagalang yero, Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum.
Mileage Asia Corporation, roofing the nation with Cherry Loom, galvanizing the industry with Sumo brand GI Sheets. Photon, empowering the Filipino business. Kapag komportable ang biyahe, ang sarap mag-long trip at yan ang hatid ng Photon vans tulad ng Photon Trans Van, Photon Traveler at Photon Tuano 15-seater at Photon Tuano Executive 11-seater. Turbo diesel ang makina, walang bitin sa lakas at hatak, merong manual at automatic transmission, pang negosyo, pang barkada at pang pamilya. Merong 5-year or 150-kilometer warranty, whichever comes first. Pumunta at tumawag sa pinakamalapit na Photon dealership sa inyong lugar.
Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Cherry Auto Philippines has given motorists yet another reason to switch to its 7-seater all-new Tigo REV Luxury Edition SUV. The all-new Tigo REV LE has posted a best-in-class fuel efficiency rating of 84.28 kilometers per liter gasoline equivalent following a fuel eco run conducted by the DOE in 2025. According to the DOE test results, the Tigo REV LE topped its class among vehicles evaluated across plug-in, hybrid, diesel, and gasoline categories. The Tigo REV LE has a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine. It offers a combined electric and hybrid driving range of up to 1,400 kilometers on a full tank and charge. The model also comes equipped with multiple safety and driver assistance features, including advanced driver assistance systems, adaptive cruise control, and a 540-degree camera system. Own a 7-seater Cherry Tigo REV LE starting at 1,578,000 pesos. Visit your nearest Cherry Auto Philippines dealership and book a test drive today.
Thank you!
Joyride ang inyong bagong kasundo. Bawat lakad, bawat biyahe, may Joyride na para sa inyo. Joyride MC Taxi para sa mabilisang solo rides. Joyride Car para sa komportable at affordable na car rides. Joyride Taxi Cab para sa convenient meter rides. At Joyride Super Taxi Airport Transfer para sa hassle-free airport trips nyo. Always safe at affordable. Mag-book na mga kasundo. Joyride ang inyong bagong kasundo.
Thank you!
M2 Veggie Drink. Drink your gulay. Game on. Hydrate right with M2 Veggie Drink, packed with natural electrolytes from malunggay, okra, and ginger. It's gulay power in every sip, and yes, it's surprisingly delicious. Trusted by moms, loved by kids, perfect for school days, play days, and every day. Available at leading supermarkets and drugstores nationwide. Drink your gulay, mag M2 Veggie Drink na. Follow M2's official social media accounts for more updates, promos, and healthy tips.
Thank you!
N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal. May bago tayong teammates sa Power and Play. Ang N Plus Gold, Adult Nutritional Powder Drink. Para sa bawat laban, powered ka with calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D3, essential nutrients for mobility and bone strength at soy protein to support muscle development. N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal.
Thank you!
Ultima Vitamins and Minerals with Ginseng Food Supplement. Korean Panax Ginseng Ultima.
Thank you!
Skin, your face and body anti-aging center with branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills San Juan. Skin, And smart, live more today. Maraming salamat po. Oy, by the way, bago tayo magtapos sa ating mga sponsors partner, ang ating kaibigan si Sir Romel Sitin ng United Asia Automobiles Group Inc. ay may konting announcement yung mga mahilig sa mga sasakyan. Ito po mga kapatid, this July your next automotive adventure begins at the UAAGI On The Move. Head over to UAAGI On The Move Leg 2. Leg 2 na pala ito. Happening July 16 to 19. Doon po sa SM Mega Mall Fashion Hall, ground floor.
At discover 6 exciting UAAG Auto Group's automotive brands in one destination. Ito yung mga bike, Cherry, Photon, Jetour, Lincoln Company, and Radar. Explore latest vehicles, enjoy test drives, get your current vehicle appraised for trade-in, and take home exclusive merchandise and unlock event-only offers. Bring your family and make your way to UAAG On The Move, Leg 2, only at SM Mega Mall, Fashion Hall, July 19, at nandyan po kami.
Next week yan.
Next week.
Next week yan, puntahan niyo po yan, mga kapatid. Naku, talagang sigurado, gagaling pa naman ang sasakyan ng UAAGI.
Yep.
Alright, bago po natin ipasok ang ating huling bisita sa ating show, syempre, sumilip muna tayo, partner, sa ilang mga bahagi ng kasaysayan this week in sports history.
July 7, 2016 or 10 years ago, opisyal na pumirma si Kevin Durant sa Golden State Warriors para kumpletuhin ang isa sa pinakakontrobersyal na off-season move sa NBA. Marami ang nagulat sa desisyon lalo't tinalo ng Warriors ang OKC sa playoff noong nakarang taon. Sa paglipat ni KD sa Warriors, nabuo ang isa sa mga pinakadominanteng koponan sa kasaysayan ng liga. 3 sunod-sunod na finals appearance and back-to-back championships ang napanalunan ng Golden State Warriors kasama si Durant. KD joins Warriors this week in sports history.
And of course, ngayon ang iniintay natin sa NBA yung desisyon ni LeBron James. Naku, talagang inaantabayanan Kanino kaya? Miami Heat, Cleveland Cavaliers, or Philadelphia 76ers.
Miami Heat yan. Nagpasukat na eh.
Nagpasukat na. Alam mo, nasa Cavaliers na daw eh. Bumalik na, nagluluto na sa bahay niya. Anyway, mga kapatid. Well, at this point, ating pong ipapasok ang huli nating segment, ang ating pong pagtampok sa isang superstar of sports dito po sa ating pong In the Spotlight. Nasa spotlight po ngayong linggong ito ang isang stalwart, mainstay at veterano ng Gilas Pilipinas. He has been one of the top performers para sa Gilas. He has never missed a window, and of course siya po ay naglalaro din sa Japan B-League sa kanyang koponan na Levango Hokkaido, kung saan he had his best season last year. At ngayon po atin siya makakasama sa In the Spotlight, no other than the guy himself for Gilas Pilipinas, Mr. Dwight Ramos.
That's Dwight for joining us today. It's great to have you back on the show.
Thanks, Colin. Always good to see you again.
It's really good. You know, I know you're very busy, and you know, you just came from a tough window where Gilas had its chances. Obviously, it was a tale of 2 games actually. With New Zealand, it went into double overtime, and of course with Australia. We know what happened in the result. So let me just ask you about those 2 games very quickly. Did you discover anything about you and the team that you think you can take with you going into the next window?
Yeah, I mean, both the games were tough, but obviously in New Zealand we played better, and Australia just showed, you know, that they were on a different level than us at the time. So it came with a lot of improvements. New Zealand, you know, we had our chance to win, and we just made, you know, a couple of lapses at the end of the game. Towards the end of the game, we stopped running our offense, and I think that's what kind of let New Zealand take control at the end. And obviously, we made a couple of mistakes, but Australia, we struggled pretty much the whole game, and their pressure, full court pressure, denying all the passes. It kind of just took us out of the game. We were kind of shell shocked, and that's kind of why we didn't have a good performance that game.
That physicality, Dwight, that physicality in particular, you've talked about it in your interviews after the game. In both games, I guess even New Zealand was really physical. And this is because it's a function of what FIBA allows, the FIBA rules. Do you think that Gilas players, Filipinos in general, players, have adjusted to it? And what can we do to get more used to that kind of rule or even game officiating?
I think, a big reason why, the overseas players kind of have adjusted is because, we play a FIBA style in the league. And just from what I've seen as a spectator, I haven't experienced playing in the PBA, but in FIBA, they allow you to hold people more, a lot more bumping, pushing. Whereas in the PBA, they'll call you for a foul, which, it could be a foul, but in FIBA, they're just not calling it. So
that's right.
I think just getting ready for that. And I mean, Coach Tim always says, like, it's only a foul unless they call it. And if they're calling it, then if they're not calling it, it's not a foul.
Right. Well, the good thing, of course, the good news to many of our PBA players is that the PBA will be adopting many of the FIBA rules as well as, I guess, the officiating style. So let's see how it impacts Gilas as well as you move into your next window. But, talking about the next window, obviously you'll be there again. You are a guy that has made yourself available for the national team in almost all the windows. I don't recall a time when you did not play with Gilas, when you were eligible to play. What does it mean to you, Dwight, to make yourself, available for the national team?
Yeah, it's something like I really take a lot of pride in playing for Gilas and always being there because, a lot of people would say it's a responsibility to, serve the country in our way. But for me, it's more like a privilege. There's only 12 players in the whole Philippines that get to be on the team. And as long as I keep getting selected, then I always got to be there because, it's a real privilege to play for the country and represent the country. And so, yeah, that's why I haven't missed. As long as I can play, I haven't missed it since I joined, like you said, and it's something I'm proud of myself for.
6 years with Gilas, obviously, it was from the first time you donned the national team colors, and you've been around a lot of really good players as well as really good coaches. You're under Coach Tab, you're under Coach Chot, and of course now Coach Tim. Reflect on your time there. How has Gilas changed? And how have you grown with Gilas?
Gilas has changed a lot because, depending on the coach, everyone has their own philosophies, the way they want to play. And because I was there with all the coaches, I was able to, develop different parts of my game and learn from each of the coaches. I think that's what helped me just keep getting better is because I didn't just have one style and said, I'll only play for this coach because this is what fits my style. I was always willing to play for anybody and learn their style of play and just add it to my game so that, no matter who I play for, I'm always ready to adapt to, whatever they want me to do.
Well, talking about adapt, I want to get your thoughts on this because obviously there have been many iterations insofar as creating the national team is concerned. Different coaches, different leadership. We've had the all-amateur lineup wherein a sprinkling of professional players were put in. We've had that big pool of 23 men, which you were first part of. And obviously now it's a smaller pool being nourished by or put together by Coach Tim Cone. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think has been, I guess, workable or more feasible for you?
I mean, if I, my job as a player is just to show up and do my work, But I mean, I haven't had any problem with anything, Before, when we had a big pool, there was a lot of people in practice and working together with us, which was nice. And then at the same time, now we have a select group, which is also nice because we know exactly who's coming back, who keeps playing, and then we can build that chemistry. So I can't say which one is better because I don't know for myself, but I just show up and play and try my best with the guys and just adapt to whatever the situation is.
I guess I only threw that question because obviously JB got injured against Australia, and some quarters are saying that there are other players in the pool. There are even other naturalized players. So maybe perhaps it could have been a time where we could have tapped more players. Do you think it would have made a difference if another naturalized player, given that JB was injured and somebody came in maybe at the last moment?
It could have, obviously, because we had 11 players instead of 12. And so, and obviously a naturalized player is a big part of the game. But yeah, JB was injured and there was not much we could do about that. So, it was more responsibility on us, or the rest of us that were there. And I feel like, a lot of players grew from that. KQ was playing well, Carl played well, RJ and Juan, Junmar, everyone had to step up a little bit. And, the game was tough. So you kind of learn a lot about yourself, the areas you have to improve. Whereas, if we had JB, JB's heroics, he always saves us. And so without him there, it forced a lot more on us, and we had to kind of, dig deep and learn more about ourselves and what we can do and what we need to improve on.
Definitely, JB's a class of its own, and definitely, no one can replace him. But of course, as you said, basketball is not just about one guy. So, at the end of the day, everybody's got to work. And talking about that, I want to get your thoughts on some of the new guys that you're playing with now in this window, in the last window, and who obviously accounted well for themselves. And let me begin with Mike Phillips. I mean, it's the first time that you get to really play with him in a FIBA game. Your thoughts on Mike, and both on and off the court. How is he as a teammate?
Yeah, Mike was great. His first time to join us, and from what I know, he before our camp even started, he was working out with FBU and Coach Sean just so he could learn a little bit more and make his transition easier, which I think helped because he was out there doing his thing and he didn't look too lost out there. He was doing great. So he came really prepared, and off the court, he's just a great guy. Everyone knows he's a great guy. And so he's a great addition to the team and a great guy to get to know and play with and be around.
Of course, one GDL played terrific ball, especially against New Zealand. And he's a guy that obviously brings a lot of offense as well as a lot of energy, just like Mike. But there's a guy that was not really used much, but I'm sure you practiced with him a lot, Justin Baltasar. How far do you think can Justin help this team if he's given the opportunity, Dwight?
Yeah, Balti's really good. I mean, in terms of skills, he has a lot, and I think just learning the system more will help him. But in terms of skills, he got everything. Like shooting drills, he wins a lot of the shooting drills. He's big, he's physical, and he can rebound. He can do a lot of things. So, Balti's for sure a big piece of the team also.
You've got the size with all these players coming into the team, and obviously you've got JB. Is there anything in particular now that you look at the current team as constructed, that you think you need more? I don't particularly, I'm not asking about a particular player, but is there anything like, do you need more shooting? Do you need more physicality? Do you need an enforcer out there? More rebounding? What do you think can this team, get that can help you, especially in the upcoming windows?
I think for sure, like against these teams like Australia and New Zealand, they're big and physical, so obviously we need a lot of help on the rebounding there. In terms of the players, I think we have a lot of the areas handled. It's just a matter of, like I said, Australia and New Zealand, they kind of forced us to dig deep, and then we learned what we really need to improve on. And I'm sure every player ended the window thinking, I struggled here, so I need to work on this in the off season before the next window. And so I'm excited to get back together in August and see, how the players improved and what they took away from this window.
Let us in into the world of the Gilas pool, Dwight. As you said, this is now a smaller pool. With your limited players. Has this become like a little fraternity? Is it like really something that you guys feel like it's exclusive and therefore somebody comes out and says, hey, this is something that we really have to take seriously. How is the relationship in that pool, Dwight, among the players?
I think it's exactly like what you said. Just because we're always together, the 12, sometimes a little bit more. All of us know that it's a privilege, and you don't have any player here thinking, taking it for granted or using Gilas to promote themselves. Everyone is here for the right reasons,
right?
And I think that's a big part. And off the court, on the court, the chemistry is really showing. Like in New Zealand, that was one of our best games, I would say, as a group. And I think that's just a culmination of everything coming together, being around each other. And, we had a training camp overseas, and we were with each other pretty much the entire day and night. We were with one teammate for sure at all times. So we're very close as a group.
Including the delayed flights, huh?
Yep. Man, that was crazy. But we were all together in the same boat, so it made it better.
Exactly. Clearly what you're discussing about not promoting anyone because of Gilas, and that's a great point that you make, Dwight, because people cannot take Gilas as their own, and you've not done that. And that's really the enigma for many about you, Dwight. You've never played in the PBA. You did not play a full season in the UAAP, and yet your popularity has been amazing here in the Philippines. Given that you play overseas, what is it about your roots? Going back to the Philippines, you had a homecoming, for instance, in Narvacan, in Ilocos Sur, and that really enamored you more to your kababayans, to the people where you trace your family's roots. Tell us about that, and how important is that you go back home to Ilocos Sur?
It was great. I mean, it was very fulfilling to me because, basketball has brought me a lot of blessings, especially in the Philippines. And so I have camps every year for the younger kids. I just had that outreach where we were giving back to, my dad's hometown. And so we're just trying to give back as much blessings as I can, and then help promote the next generation, inspire them and have them shoot for more, and obviously it's hard for people that come from the province to really be recognized. And so just by giving them the right resources and inspiration, maybe they can shoot for, making the PBA or playing overseas, shoot for more and build a life for themselves too.
It was a beautiful court that you unveiled there, and clearly it's something that the people of Narvacan and the rest of Ilocos Sur can be very, very proud of. And do you attribute a little bit of your charisma to the fact that you really try to be part of your fans? Is that something that you are consciously doing, Dwight?
Yeah, I mean, my parents, they always remind me and raise me, to be humble and always to get to share my blessings. So, obviously, I wouldn't be here where I am without the fans, and so, just doesn't take much, to make somebody's day and make the fans happy. So I just try and do what I can.
And you're visible when you're in Manila. You're a visible guy. You're not like hiding from anyone. You watch games. You go to places. Certainly not shy to be part of the fans and with the fans. And that's really something admirable. And your dad, I heard, is a very simple man. Comes from Ilocos, but your mom is somebody that we don't know too well. Your mom is of Russian descent, right, Dwight?
Yeah.
Where do you trace your roots in Russia?
She comes from a small town near, maybe an hour or two away from Moscow, so around that area. I've been there a couple times, but obviously, with the stuff happening around the world, I haven't been able to go back there recently.
And I mean, when you talk about your mom's roots, has there been any, was there any interest for you to play with, Russia, for instance, when you were growing up?
Never really for the national team, but when I've been there, I seen that they have really good professional teams there. And for short moments, I had dreams of playing for maybe like a club team there or something. But I just take it year by year and then see what happens.
That's interesting. Is your household more Filipino than Russian, Dwight?
Yeah, for sure, it's more Filipino. My mom she's already adapted. She's almost pretty much Filipino too.
Yeah. Well, you have been in Japan for quite a while now. Is it almost 6 years? Yeah, you started in 2021,
yeah, it's gonna be
right?
6 years.
So,
yep.
Yeah, you're going on your 6th year now, and clearly your stay in Japan has been very, very fruitful. When you are in Japan, though, what do you miss from the Philippines?
I miss everything, really. This is like my home already. Just going around, going to the mall, missing my family members and everybody that I'm always around. The food, of course. Just that being familiar with everything here and the lifestyle, the people. I really just miss everything.
Well, let's reverse the process now. When you're in the Philippines, especially, I know that you stay in Japan for quite a while during the season. What do you miss from Japan?
Well, if there's anything, I would say, just because I'm there by myself, it allows me to kind of like lock in and focus on basketball. And so that's when I'm able to kind of like, focus on basketball, improve, focus on my diet. That's probably the only thing, because there's too much good food over here. Sometimes I just want to go eat out when I shouldn't.
But Japanese food is good too, right?
It is.
Well, everyone knows about your relationship with Kiana and how visible the two of you are in social media, as well as, of course, in everywhere you go. But at the end of the day, when you look at that particular whole horizon beyond basketball, where do you think will you settle down, especially when you talk about life after basketball?
I mean,
I can't, I can't predict the future, but if I would like to, maybe the Philippines, because I've built a life here. I've worked hard here, and then also I'd like to give back to the next generation once I'm done playing, and and try and create more better players than I was from the Philippines.
That makes a lot of people happy, knowing that eventually the Philippines is where Dwight Ramos can be seen, and maybe all the projects that you will put up here. Let's talk about the B League just a little bit here. Dwight, you're returning, as I said, to the Livanga Hokkaido. You had one of your best seasons last season with Hokkaido. You averaged 12, almost 4 rebounds and 3 assists, and almost a steal a game. A lot of minutes playing for this team. What impact of how has the B League impacted your game, Dwight, in terms of improving your skills, I guess your mindset, and the way you prepare for basketball?
I would say preparing for the game is a big thing. My coach is always telling me, talking to me before the games, and preparing me with shooting workouts, shooting drills. So I think my shooting has really improved from first year to now, as well as my ball handling, pretty much all around, physicality. And then mentally, I would say, my coach is always telling me that I need to be aggressive. So not to, try and hide during the games. So he always makes sure that from the start of the game, I come out aggressive and looking to score, because he says, at the Asian level, there's not too many people with my size and skill that can handle if I assert myself early.
Yeah. What in particular do you like about the B League in the way it is organized and run, Dwight?
The biggest thing I think is just like having a team that represents a city.
A city.
Because you travel to a different city, and even if there's fans that don't know basketball, they're going to support their hometown team, So it creates a lot of fans that become interested in the game and in basketball, and it helps grow the sport. So I've seen from my first year where there was about 2,000 people at the games versus now where it's consistently 6,000 to 10,000 depending on the arena. So it's become really big in Japan and in the B League. So I'm happy to be there, honestly.
And you like Hokkaido, Dwight? I mean, it's pretty cold there. You like the cold? Coming from a California boy like you.
I know, right? I've adjusted, but Hokkaido is my favorite city in Japan. It snows a lot. It's cold.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people would like that, but for me, I like it because it's something different.
Well, talking about your team, what makes you so bullish about this upcoming season for the Livanga Hokkaido, Dwight?
Well, last season we were barely missed the playoffs. It's only the top 8 teams, and we were the 9th team. So I'm really excited to get back and finally make the playoffs. I got a good team, good organization, and so we're shooting for something higher now versus the other years. And so it's been really exciting being a part of the team for the past 5 years.
Before you start your formal season, of course, there is a plan by the B League to play a game in the Philippines, which will involve you. And that obviously is something new for many of the Filipino fans. Of course, a lot of the fans already follow particular Filipino players, but never really teams in the B League. What do you hope to achieve by doing this? And you think this is good for bridging the basketball worlds of the Philippines and Japan?
I think so. I think it's an opportunity for the Filipino fans to see how the Japan teams play. Obviously, I'm playing against AJ's team, so it's going to be 2 top teams. And then it's an opportunity also for the Japan teams to see how passionate the Philippines is. So I'm really hoping that a lot of people come to the game and are able to show like this is how much the Philippines loves basketball.
Well, that should be very inspiring, and hopefully we can get some real games, maybe even between the PBA teams and the B League teams. I think that's a dream that even I, when I used to run the PBA, really wanted, and just to have a lot of good relationships with our neighboring countries and play games that matter to both countries. Talking about that, Dwight, do you have a timetable on how long you think you will still be playing overseas? I'm not only talking about Japan, maybe overseas.
I don't have a timetable, but every year I miss the Philippines even more, and so especially going to more PBA games, it gets me excited just thinking about what if I was playing here. So I'm still taking it year by year, but it's getting closer to that time where I'll be coming back.
Wow, that is so exciting. I mean, that's something that obviously will be music to the ears of many, many fans, and even to many teams that have been coveting you. But that'll be a few years down the road. But hopefully, we'll still see Prime Dwight play in the PBA. Well, the next window is coming up against the Middle Eastern teams, Syria and Iran. What do you expect from this, and what's the sense of urgency in Gilas right now?
We have a lot of urgency because we know we ended the first pool 2-4, and so we're kind of towards the bottom of the standings right now. And so with these next 3 teams we're playing, we kind of have to win pretty much every game to qualify for the World Cup, and that's been our ultimate goal. So we're very focused on that, and making the World Cup is the ultimate goal for us right now.
I read an announcement recently, maybe yesterday, that Justin Brownlee will be out for a few weeks. Are you expecting Benny Boatwright or any of the other naturalized players to join you for the next window? And how do you think will this fare out?
Me personally, I'm not really sure because I'm not really following too much. Like, I'm not sure if Benny got naturalized yet. So I'm kind of just waiting for the announcements and then, when to show up for practice, and then I'll just see who's there,
All right. Well, fair enough. And talking about who's going to be there, how much of an impact do you think will Kai Soto be if he should decide to join the next window?
Yeah, Kai's a big part of the team, and so if he's able to come play for Gilas, then obviously everyone's going to be excited to see him play again for Gilas because it's been a while, and so he helps the team a lot. And in Coach Tim's system, he's kind of the one that makes everything work. So if Kai joins, it'll obviously be a big help for us.
Yan po mga kaibigan, ang panayam natin kay Dwight Ramos ng Gilas Pilipinas. Maganda yung mga sinabi niya. Yung huli tungkol kay Kai Soto, kung gaano kalaki ang role ni Kai para sa kanya. And of course, yung announcement niya na baka malapit na siyang maglaro sa PBA. Kaya, talagang sabi ko siguradong coveted ito ng mga PBA teams kapag ito ay nag-declare sa PBA draft, partner. Again, abangan po natin and again, ang brand ni Dwight Soto, ni Dwight Ramos is loyalty. He's such a loyal guy to the national team. Kaya naman siya napamahal na sa mga Pilipino.
Bihira yun.
Bihira
yun. Superstar status ka, pero call of to represent the country, nandyan ako.
Nandyan ako lagi. Partner, meron kaya bago tayo magtapos? Meron kaya gustong
additional, happy birthday sa mother ng aking batchmate na si Jose Arroyo. Happy birthday to Attorney Basilia Arroyo. She's celebrating her 94th birthday.
Happy birthday, ma'am.
Happy birthday, ma'am. Magaling na abogada yan. Sa UP Law Center dati siya.
Talagang saludo tayo sa mga nagna-90. Diba? Yung mga ganyang edad, talagang full life.
Yes.
And it's been a full show mga kapatid and we thank everyone. Pero bago yan, ang mga nanalo po sa Joyride, announce ko lamang, Herdan Vasquez, Christy Joy Makasait, Micaela Monteverde, Jeffrey Malapad, and Leonard Agnis. Congratulations sa inyo lahat. 1,000 pesos JRP wallet credits for all of you. That'll do it for us ngayong Sabado, partner. Maraming salamat. We'll see you again next week. At lagi po natin sinasabi dito sa ating palatuntunan tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit kahit umuulan. At sa lahat po ng ating gawain, Ad Maiorem Dei Gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH Teleserbisyo para sa Pilipino. Susunod na po ang inay ko po.
Happy Sports Weekend sa inyo lahat.
More power
and more play.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko, para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at magpapatalo, ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulot, sumbe, sibay, lakay, amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play was brought to you by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Photon, empowering the Filipino business. Joyride, ang inyong bagong kasundo. And N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal.
Halina't makinig talaga.